Ooh, that was my chair. Hello, everybody. Just gonna give it a moment, see if hopefully things are good. Hopefully the stream seems live. Good evening, everyone, or good morning and good day, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully the mic and everything's on. I was kind of scrambling to get this done. By the time I was, finished working out and eating and doing dishes and all that, it was pretty late. So I kind of was trying to get this done. Decided to make a tea as well. This stream, I just want to chill, talk about some outsiders, and then maybe play a couple games of Talishar. I have a new draw my list that was not my build, but it was given to me by the lovely Philipsy Bay. Actually, you know what? I will quickly go to Twitter because I'm gonna just like link to him because I decided to get coaching from him. Let's see, Philipsy. So we're gonna click that, and all right. So I'm gonna come over here. Huge shout out to Philipsy Bay here. Um, Fantastic coach. He's been helping me to learn this game properly. Hello in the wake. He gave me this draw my list that is absolutely phenomenal. Way better than mine. If we'll get to that in a little bit, but first, we're going to talk a little bit about outsiders. So obviously the news dropped yesterday, and my buddy and I were at we were at a coffee shop down the road. It's Tim Hortons. It's like a Canadian chain. Think Dunkin', but not as trashy, but still pretty trashy. Hello, Angerid. So I'm still not good at this stuff. You'll have to forgive me. I'm still getting used to streaming and just that flow of thought without umming and ahhing as much. It's something I want to work on. Fucking then I keep doing it. So here we go. Outsiders got released, and it looks like a really spicy set. This actually looks like something that's going to be quite interesting. My buddy and I were playing. We were literally doing some ProQuest practicing, and then this thing drops. And of course, we completely forgot about the game for like 20 minutes as we were just looking at everything. So I just want to go over it all. I'm not going to bother doing like a full video because, I mean, let's be real, a bunch of people already did it, and so there's no really point. But this looks like it's going to be a hell of a set. This looks very dark, gritty, grimy, and I'm actually here for it. I like the more upbeat fantasy, kind of the more like happy, beautiful. I mean, Prism and Dromai, right? Those are my favorite heroes. I really like the more picturesque fantasy, but I gotta say, this is cool. So obviously we've got Arachne here with the just tumor and actually I think somewhere let me I think it was somewhere down here, marketing assets. Let's actually go here because I do believe there's actually art of them and you can full size this stuff. So let me scroll. Yes. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we're just going to take a look at them because we can zoom in. That is a lot. But so you can see he's got like this cancerous tumor. Obviously, you got your dead bodies down here. Absolutely wicked. But Arachne definitely seems like obviously a product of the pits, the same as where is he? Riptide, both the young and old. So let's do the old one. So you can see he's got like noxious gas coming out. You can see his face is eaten away. That's actually really cool. Obviously got a bow. He's going to be the trap ranger, harpoon, an anchor. Very much both of them are very clearly mutants. Young one, I mean, he kind of looks a bit mutanish, but just mostly big. All this fish, that's probably where he got it from, eating all the fumes and toxins and such. So these definitely seem pretty gruesome. Let's see. You can just call me Reed. I will. Okay, I will try and remember that. Thank you. Or sorry for that, but yeah, Reed. Arachne might want to have that mole checked. Yes. Yes, this is very much Arcane Rising vibes. I actually had pointed out on Twitter. Let's just, let's just look this up right now. Do you have a kind? This is Fab. Should hopefully come up. There we go. FabDB. So 3 of a kind. Now these are apparently like blackjacks. These are cards that basically they're the assassin cards. These are like the hit cards. Like, okay, you get one of these, you go and hit them. But it looks very much like the Marvel. Now somebody had actually showed me, and we'll get to this in a little bit more on it. Somebody had actually showed me this looks like old like medicine book art in that. So like, you go back to like the 1800s and medicine books and that. That's mostly what it's from, but it also very much looks inspired by this kind of art style, which I really like. I think thematically that's really cool because this is in the pits right now. So, but yeah, Arachne looks really sick without the mask especially. So now you see he's kind of a deformed like mutant monster from the pits. Same with Riptide. Like it very clearly I think it's the runoff from. I believe the pits is the runoff from Metrics is the lore. So that's very much where this would come from. Arcane and Mad Max, to be fair, it's very classical dystopian sort of artwork. Very much, yes. Yes, this is it almost reminds me of, I can't remember what it's called, but in Dark Souls, the first one, that like Poison Town when you go down, I can't remember what it's called. I played it ages and ages ago. And I never even beat it. I got kind of bored of it. It's just not entirely my style of game. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But then, of course, we have Azuri. And I think, yeah, that's it for all the new ones. We've got, interestingly enough, we got Katu and Benji, who are apparently coming to the pits here. And as you can see, Azuri was once part of the Mysteria tribe, whatever. She was in Mysteria, right? Obviously, she's a ninja, or she's got like the border. Obviously, very much here, she's a ninja rather than an assassin. Although I think ninja and assassin work. I mean, that makes sense. Like ninjas would be assassins. Here, I mean, first off, I'm pretty sure these are the Black Tech Whisperers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure these are just those, which is kind of cool that it's not Arachne's legs. It's actually, because he doesn't actually seem to have them. So it seems like these are actually her legs rather than his, which is really cool. Or theirs, I guess. But I don't know. I guess it is kind of hard to tell if Arachne's male or female. I mean, I guess everybody just kind of assumes it's a guy. I guess he's even wearing a mask here. Or it's wearing a mask here, because that does look kind of like a stone mask or something. Or maybe it's just a creature. Maybe it's because it's a mutant. It's like nobody even knows. But she's definitely cool. Like you can tell she's a really cool hero. I really like the design on this one. And you can see there's like a symbol in the background, almost like the Gugari symbol from Magic. I've seen it somewhere else. I think it's on one of the cards, I believe. These are the marketing assets. Yeah, it's right here on the Codex of Frailty. You can kind of see that in the background. So maybe that's the spiders. What is the guild? It's like the spider something. It's the actual assassins group. So that's probably their little symbol. Which, can I say, I would love if Fab started using symbols, like set symbols. I know that other games like Magic does it, and the only reason I want them to do set symbols, or at least like come up with something like similar to that, is because I really want them to make dice for this game. I want them to make D20 spin downs. I want them to make D6, and I want them to be able to put a label or like a logo on it. Even if they just use a generic Fab logo, they take the Fab logo or something, or they make some cool little logo for dice. I would love for them to make dice for this game and spin downs and just little bits of merch. I really think that's something they need to do. So okay, let's read the chat quickly. Got to remember to do that. All right. Hello, Elix Effect, or should I say Chris? How are you tonight? It's good to see you. Azuri's got some lore coming with the border changes. I also like how adult Azuri is wearing black text. Yeah, the black text. Yes. Arachne is an it to me. Spider symbol. Was there even a confirmed gender? No, they specified that is not confirmed. Okay, that is yeah, that is definitely cool about Arachne. I actually kind of think that's very interesting that we don't really know who Arachne is, which is perfectly fine. I mean, everybody just kind of calls him he, right? And I probably will too. Just out of like habit, like I don't know. There's something almost like masculine about some masked killer, but I think being an it or whatever, that's perfectly fine if we don't know. Obviously, there's no real issue with that, but I do want to talk a little bit. What do we all think? What does everybody think about the fact that there's 6 different heroes in this set? Because man, that threw us for a loop. There's 3 classes and 6 heroes, and I want to know what people think about that. And about the split cards, because man, like Assassin and Ranger, that's really cool. I like that we're getting these split cards, and so this really adds a lot of depth to each hero and to each class, because you're going to be able to run so many more cards if they're now going to be split. And I think it's the only way to really do it if you're going to have this many heroes for draft. So, oh hey Vinny, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good night. This set will be very fun to draft. I don't want to go broke buying tokens. All right, pre-release packs are a no-brainer. Yes, I agree that I would love to do pre-release packs. I understand that like they can't make every type of product right away, right? They have to do what's most important first, but eventually pre-release packs, absolutely. Give us a dice, give us some special things with it, make it really nice. Make it compact, like don't waste any cardboard or space or anything, but just something really, really nice would be awesome for pre-release. I do think we need it. If we don't have it for this set, even if we don't have it for another year, it's not the end of the world. Again, get the things that need to be done first. But pre-release packs, absolutely, I do agree with. I'm stoked. You aren't forced to choose a hero, specific hero. Yeah, actually, that's a good point, Vinny. That don't have to. You don't have to choose, or you don't have to force anything early. So you can take like a couple hybrid cards, and then if like you notice, okay, more people are playing assassin than ranger, you just go into ranger with a bit of the splash to it. So I actually do very much like that for draft. I think out of all of them, like I really like Azuri, but I kind of like Riptide. Like it's definitely not a hero I would play. I mean, obviously I'm an illusionist simp. He's like, but I think that's kind of what appeals me to him is that he's like the exact opposite of what I would normally play. And there's just something like he's so gross, but there's just something interesting about that. Like I almost wanna play him because of that and be like, I'm gonna play the big ogre, gross brute guy kind of thing. I am really excited for this set, even though like the aesthetic isn't exactly mine. Although I love this. I love the art on Azuri. She's just it's such a nice art, especially the young. I really love her in the Mysteria border, like and especially the background of the art. Oh, it's just so good. Stringing the new Arachne is only for draft. The adult is the same as before and not part of the set. Diamond voice when he spoiled Arachne made me think of he's a he. I expect everyone here is enjoying the MTG Jumpster Fire. MTG Jumpster Fire. What's going on with Magic right now? Is like Magic like isn't Magic just always on fire nowadays? Is there something else that just happened? I thought things were going good with Dominaria and my hands on the the D&D thing. Okay, yeah. Do we want to talk about that briefly? Is anybody interested in chatting about that? Because I know a little bit. I've watched a couple videos. You guys probably saw Moist Critical's video. It's like 2 million views or something like that about the whole D&D thing. Because man, all LSS has to do is release PvE this year. If Wizards of the Coast is gonna shit the bed with D&D as well as Magic, holy crap! All LSS has to do is just like I don't even care. Like like I know this game is a competitive game, but man, this would be the year to be like, okay, we're gonna tone down on the competitive aspect. We need to get PvE done because, oh my goodness, like I don't understand it. I don't understand how how a company that's done so well for so long and should be so smart at what they're doing. Maybe not Hasbro, but Wizards of the Coast. Like, oh, we're not monetizing D&D that much. It's like just make more product, make like figurines, make like merchandise, find more ways to monetize it without like killing all the creative stuff online. Like that just seems so baffling to me. Like why would you like why would you kill all of your community support? That's how you're making all your money. That's how you're getting people in the game. Like nobody plays generic D&D. Nobody cares about like buying all the like Critical Role has done more for D&D than probably anything, right? And don't get me wrong, like I don't watch Critical Role. I know of it. I've seen like clips on, YouTube Shorts or whatever, but I've played a little bit of D&D, but man, it's just why like, how are they doing the wrong thing over and over and over? It's like, are they intentionally trying to kill themselves? Are they intentionally trying to crash all their IPs? Oh, holy shit. Hello, Tall Timmy. Man, I knew that streaming later at night for me would be good. I wanted the Aussies to get in on this one. I'm either going to stream, like, I would love to stream very early in the morning because that's when I'm, like, at my peak. I actually didn't even sleep well last night. I was up at, like, 3 this morning, so it's now 6:45 at night. And, I made the decision. I was going through with it. But I'm very glad that the Aussies can join us because, man, I have to say, the Australian and New Zealand crowd, especially in the community, I have a soft spot for you guys. You guys are all fantastic. I love you all so much, especially you, Paul, or Small Paul, obviously, one of the best people in the community. As you can see, everybody's a bit underwhelming with the vanilla heroes as pits of the most detailed lore, which is getting wasted. Oh yeah. Actually, okay, yeah. I actually hadn't even realized that. No talents. Okay, so instead of talents, we're doing the dual class cards. Which, okay, you know what? Personally, I'm kind of okay with this. I like talents, but I actually don't mind taking a step back from them, from the complicatedness, and doing something different. Which actually, now that we're speaking something different, 1 p.m. here, Middle Wraith. There you go. Same on the sleep issues. Yeah, I stopped smoking weed in the new year. I had fallen back into it after Worlds because I got sick, and my like I got really sick, and so I did not make good decisions in that time. And one of the decisions I made was like, fuck it, while I'm sick, I'll smoke weed, and it just led me down the rabbit hole again. I mean, I was still getting shit done, but it's like I'm not nearly as productive. I'm not nearly as like my brain's not as good when I'm stoned all the time. Not all the time, but um but I got off of it. Haven't been eating sugar or any junk food, so it's messed up my sleep for the past week, and I'm really hoping to get a good night's sleep tonight. Um, oh well, thank you, Timmy. I do my best. I want to bring as much value to this community as possible, and I want to interact. I actually really like these live streams just to chat with people. Like, to be honest with you, I'd even be down to if people like it. If people don't even care about Talishar so much, I'd even be down just to talk about shit. Like, just even if we just shoot the shit about wizards and we want to laugh at other stuff, I just love talking to whatever the chat's doing and interacting. Talents are fine. Dual class cards are just like the Toa dual talent cards. Yeah. I guess that's the case. I think it's a good thing though that like they're not doing talents and dual class. I guess that's what I mean is like trying to do both things in the same set would probably be too much to do because like I don't know if any of you did the Toa pre-release. How many of you did? Holy crap, man! It was not good. When I was there, I was still somewhat new to the game, and there was a lot of new people, and man, it was so confusing. Especially because so many of the elemental cards like would have their element in the name, and so you'd try to fuse, and then you'd realize like, oh, this is an elemental card. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. So I'm okay that they're doing just this rather than both in one. Much like how they're doing these new marvels. Now, I have to admit, as an art piece, I think these marvels are absolutely gorgeous, and I am very excited to see what it looks like in cold foil. As a card, I honestly think these miss the mark. I think they are very hard to read. They are way too different from what I want a card to look like. Again, but I think they're only doing three. I think they say here, yeah, there's only three Marvels. So, and this seems to not only be my opinion, but other people's, where it's like it's cool, but it's a bit too much. It just looks so out of place in a deck. And some people are worried that they're gonna keep doing these crazy Marvels every time. I think LSS, if they're smart, would do maybe 4 or 5 different Marvel variants and then just stick with those for a while. Maybe work on them a little bit, but just stick with a specific style. I thought the dragons were perfect, right? And Soraya and the Emperor, like the full arts on the back and all that. I think that's perfect. The equipment having their own Marvel treatment. A little weird that they didn't give all of them the full art like Crown of Dominion, but I think if they just did that, that would also be really good. So, but I can appreciate that they're trying different things, even if they miss the mark sometimes. Again, beautiful looking card, but not. I'd rather just play this codex in my deck rather than this one. Well, I mean, I'd probably still play the Marvel because it is cool, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to. There's just something a little off about it. It's a little too clustered up. So I think as a collector's piece, amazing. As a player's piece, not as good as all the other Marvels that we've gotten thus far. All right, let's see. I like it more without the talents. If set has something new, they become boring fast. I've always liked the South Park explanation of weed. Makes you okay with doing nothing. That's actually very true about weed. Another one is that it gives you a case of the fuckets, and it also makes you okay with being bored. Yeah, like my thing is that I still work while I'm doing it. I'm not as motivated as much, or like it takes me a little longer to get to it sometimes. My main issue is when I'm editing or scripting or doing any of that. I lose my train of thought more if I'm delving because like I have folders upon folders upon folders upon folders of assets and videos and files and all this stuff in my external hard drive for editing and Photoshop and everything. And it's like when you walk through a door and you forget what you were doing. That literally happens when I'm going through folders while I'm stoned. Like I'll literally forget what I was looking for, and it's like, oh shit, what was I here for? So it just makes things a little bit harder. Only Chads like the stream. Yes, only Chads like the stream. The absolute biggest Chads would be channel members or patrons or whatever. I know I see a few patrons here, Vinny and Mr. Chris, the Elix Effect. Very happy to see you guys here. I really appreciate all the support from all of you, even just people who watch and all that. I just appreciate every single last one of you. Honestly, the fact that I can do this and have even like 23 people or whatever watching this at the time, like that blows my mind that people are even willing to sit here and listen to me ramble about stuff off the cuff. Okay, dual class cards should make draft better. Yes, I very much agree that draft I think is going to be very exciting. It's going to be very interesting. Like somebody had mentioned before, you're not gonna have to stick to something so early in. It's gonna let you kind of pick, and then as you go along, you can kind of decide which one you want to go into. So you can kind of pick two classes and go along with that. I mean, obviously, if you pull some crazy card in the start, you're probably like, okay, this is best for this hero. That's probably what I'm gonna play. But I'm actually very excited for this draft. I'm not a huge into drafting. I like doing it at pre-release. That's about it. I mean, I'll do it here or there. I personally prefer constructed formats. I like building my own deck, playing it, getting good with it. But I'm pretty excited to do this. I'll probably do it a few times with the way that it's dual class because that really excites me. All right. They should stick with just one style of Marvel, but I actually the one Marvel style per Wraith region. Honestly, I actually kind of agree with that. I was actually thinking about that earlier about doing like you know doing one for each area, but the only issue is like the dragons, for instance, and with Soraya, like that Marvel just seems to be for like allies and heroes, and it's gonna be that style, which I'm okay with. Maybe they have it for like different card types. So equipment's got their own cards, but I mean these do not look like they're going to be used for every card type. Obviously, this feels like it's for the pits. But I do think I don't want them to go the way Magic does. I don't want them to go with like 80 different versions of every single card, and everything looks so different, and nothing has like I want Flesh and Blood cards to look like a Flesh and Blood card. I don't want it. This is pushing it again as a collector's art piece. It is beautiful. I don't want to see the game not be identifiable when you look at a card and go, what game is this for, right? Like it just doesn't look like a Flesh and Blood card. If they go too far, again, this isn't like pushing that yet, but I think that this is about as far as I would like them to go for now. Maybe just try to have everything fit into a theme. Having a handful of sets are fine. They aren't meant to be played really. Yep, yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, having only three of these, I think it's really great. They look like three of a kind mark cards. Yep, I actually, I think I closed it, but I had actually mentioned that earlier. I put a tweet out about that. Um, well, Marvel Postal. Okay, these Marvels are absolute collector pieces, which is why I like how there's only three. That is my phone going off. They're kind of not for me, but I'll be. But yeah, they'll be for someone exactly. I honestly think these Marvels will be for those bigger collectors, the people who just want to put them in slabs and just have them up on like a shelf or something. And I'm cool with that. I don't think every Marvel needs to be for players. I don't think that I think I like the fact that this game appeals to a bunch of different people, and sometimes things are not made for everybody. But I mean, nobody would be upset at pulling one, right? Everybody would be happy, and it will hopefully still have some value because people do like collecting it. And again, as an art piece, it's gorgeous, and especially once we see it in cold foil, I guarantee you it's going to be just phenomenal. Definitely just for collectors. Not playing this in my deck, but having this in my card loader. Yep, exactly. Timmy's like the stream too. Absolutely. Play Timmy TCG. I believe that's what you have said your name is, isn't it? Play Timmy TCG, even though it's playtime. It's kind of a play on it. I believe you said. Hello, Size Matters. How are you? Should be a ranking Marvels video. Okay, that video is just gonna be Soraya at the top, dragons below it, everything else at like whatever, because I don't even care. By the way, if Tall Timmy, if you're still in here, man, you and I need to have a conversation. I do believe, you pulled a Marvel Soraya. Like I said, not the one that I flattened, which by the way, I'll get on this, but these Bodega things for flattening cards, they work. Within like a day, I've flattened like a few phantasmaclasms that I need for ProQuest, and my Eye of Ophidia, but I have a second one that is still flat. So if you're interested, I also have other Sorayas like a cold foil. So you and I need to chat because I want to get my hands on her. I really want to get my hands on a Marvel Soraya. That card is one of my favorite cards in the game. It's definitely up there, and I want to get one, but I don't want to pay like $600 for it. All right, these do. Let's see. But maybe I'll do a ranking Marvels video. Okay, I too prefer constructed, but I do understand why draft needs to exist. Plus, draft existing should make staples less expensive in the market. Man, I like I said, I don't hate draft. I like that it exists. It's just not my favorite way to play. I like building my deck and having my own personal thing and playing. like just playing, getting the practice in. But draft is fun. I really like Welcome to Wraith draft a lot, actually. I always play Dory because, I mean, I'm a Dory simp. But I actually, I don't know where it is, but I actually had a Dory deck. Everybody in my pod they were passing they were passing on all the warrior stuff. Literally halfway through, I even realized, and I'm like, I can just take all the generic cards and people will still pass me the Dory cards. My deck was stacked. I'm not joking. It was completely stacked of all the, like, it was amazing. The only thing I didn't get was an Iron Song Determination because my one buddy Joe picked up that I was playing Dory and he's like, okay, I'm taking the one so you don't have it. But it didn't matter. You know, I had Sharpened Steels, I had Warriors, Valors, I had everything. Like, it was nuts. Um, I think maybe that'll happen. Maybe there'll be like a class nobody picks, and you just get all the good cards. But being dual class, it's going to be a little bit harder to do that. But I'm very excited to see what draft's going to be like for this. I think it's going to be a great experience. I like the fact that the art on the fab cards have some blood violence. Magic art got so bland and boring. Okay, I had a guy commenting on one of my videos, and he was like leaving these really long comments about how shitty the art looks for fab. It's like, it's so generic, it's so plain. If you don't see that, like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't fab content creators admitting that the art's shit? And I eventually just was like, dude, you seem like a really unpleasant person. He's like, I'll take that as a yeah, that you think the art's shit and it's generic, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, go look at Soraya, go look at like Prism, go look at Korshem, go look at Tomotai. I'm like if you it seems like you literally looked at like two cards. Like you looked at Demolition Crew and Slogism and were like, wow, this card's shit. Like this art's shit. And it's like, okay, yeah. Especially in the first couple like set, especially there's a couple stinkers. Not all the art's created equal, but dude, if you think fab art is generic and it's not good, I mean, come on. We're literally like, look right here. Look at this card right here. Like, come on, you can't say this shit's generic. Like, this stuff these cards are amazing. They are gorgeous beyond belief. I won't even stand for that. Just ridiculous to say that. It's like, why don't you actually look at the stuff before you shit on it? Link the product. Link the product. What product are you talking about? Sorry, Lionheart. Sorry if I'm probably forgetting what I was talking about. I remember pulling a Marvel at Worlds. It was amazing. Went to trade it for a New Horizon. See, and that's the thing. You pull a Marvel, you trade it for something you do need if you don't need it. Like, I wanted all the dragons, for instance, and I want a Soraya. I don't really care about most of the equipment. If I get them, yeah, I'll probably trade them for something I do need. Like, that's what I love about cards having value. I know some people want everything to be really cheap so they can buy it. I don't personally want that. I want some stuff to have value. I want, like, most playable things to be affordable. Like I've said before, I'd like legendaries to be a little bit cheaper, which, because they've upped the rainbow foil print run and lowered the cold foil, but you still have them in the same set. It's just made them a little more available. Legendaries are, like, newer ones are cheaper than they've ever been. I'd love to see Command and Conquer get reprinted to the point where it's like a $40 to $50 card rather than like $100. Like, I'd like to see that cut in half. Art of War be like a $30 card. E-Strike be a $20 card. Like, just where there's still something valuable. They're still great to pull in Welcome to Wraith or History Pack, but they're not so expensive that it's very hard to pick them up. But they're generic staples. We're entering ProQuest season. Of course the prices are going up, Yeah. Do I get fired up at the art? Absolutely, I get fired up at the art. Are you kidding me? I love the art in this game. I love the art in this game. Like, you have no idea. You know what? Let's open this. Okay, it's over here. You know what? You want to know how much I love the art in this game? I just, oh my goodness. I have like a whole, we're just going to go here. I've got this whole freaking like folder here. Just full of art. I just go through like obviously you've probably seen it in my videos. I use them for backgrounds, but I mean, just like, it doesn't even matter. Like, the art is just so phenomenal for so many of these pieces. Like Shimmers of Silver. I bought this mat because I love it. Shock Charmers. This is my phone background. Like, I shit you not. This is my phone background because it's just such a nice piece. I bought the card. I bought a Rainbow Foil at Words just because I loved the art on it. I don't even run it. And you got Uprising. Oh my goodness. Vexing Quill Hand. I mean, look at that. Look how brutal that is. I love it. And then you got all the assassin cards and like, this isn't even half of it. One of my favorite arts in the game. This is my favorite playmat. I spent like 150. Apparently it's a Rudy playmat. I didn't know. I just wanted it, so I spent a shit ton on it, and I use it to this day. Like, my God, like how can you look at this and be like, this art sucks, this is so boring, this is nothing? Like, come on. Any idiot with a brain looks at this and goes like, oh, that's attractive. Like, if it's not your style, fine, but just to shit on it is like, come on, man. Oh, like Potion of Deja Vu. Oh God, and the regular D&D dice set, you get your D20 and all that. And actually, like, I don't know if anybody's looked up, like, in this art, you see all these figures in that. You got butt cheeks here, butt cheeks there. So I mean, this one's almost. This guy almost looks like he's got a nose. I know it's like the the lines in that, but like, yeah, you got butt cheeks on Deja Vu. Come on now. Please share those assets without having to crop the cards. I either search up the art or I search up artists, or one of the things I go to is on Facebook. Go to Flesh and Blood Art House. They upload a crap ton of. I literally just grab it from there. I just grab a lot of my stuff from there. So, but I mean, maybe I could definitely have. Oh, and how could I forget? How could I forget Herald of Erudition? One of my absolute favorite card in the game. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy that Soraya is a card too. And that's not even, obviously I got, generic card art that was kind of ripped from the site. I think somebody had ripped Eclipse, such gorgeous art. Herald of Protection. Have you ever seen this? We're just talking about art now. I'm not even going to play Talishar. I lied in the thumbnail. Fuck it. I'm just talking about the game for an hour. I don't even care. Have you ever seen the full art for this? Because, oh my god, look how nice that looks. The card has to crop it in to just, like, here, so you don't see all the darkness in the angels, but the juxtaposition of all the darkness around it, oh, it's just so phenomenal. Oh my goodness, Library of Solana. Okay, you know what? We're gonna pause on the Library of Solana, which again, like, you never notice all the details until you really blow up the art. But just so nice. Oh wait, shit, is that Prism? Oh my goodness, there's Prism in the library. Okay, I literally have never zoomed it in and looked all around. Okay, we found Prism. We're gonna stay there while I read some of these comments. Okay. Oh, Fabit looks very generic, bro. Look at MTG since 2020. Honestly, man, I actually fell out of love with the art in Magic too. It just got very like digital. Some of it looked, a lot of it did start to lose. Some of it's still gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. There's so many talented artists for all these games. MTG cards don't look like MTG cards. They've completely gone off the rails with card art. Yeah, for a lot of it, yeah. Let's see, a long-time Magic player, very new to Fab. I'm really liking the art, especially on the Marvels, and especially love seeing less Pringles. Yes, so there are, your cards will Pringle no matter what foils for any game. Cold foils, though, whatever the process for those are, A+. They don't curl. Absolutely hit it out of the park. I wish we could use that foil styling for all of it, but I understand rainbow foils. But yeah, they don't Pringle as much, and for anybody who wants to get rid of them, I am going to do a video on this. I think they're in here. I think I'm going to do... I want to test them out a bit more with multiple cards. So I found that it's easiest when you literally put the pack in between the cards, like at the back, because mine were curling inwards, and it's actually flattened them within like I'm not even joking. Let's look. I literally put these two. They were curled like 4 hours ago, and yeah, now it's actually slightly curling the other way. But like if I put this under a book, that's actually like reasonably flat now. Like, it's actually decently flat. It's no longer curled this way like a Pringle. Now it's way better. And so I put it under a book with some weight. I've literally got like old dumbbell, like adjustable dumbbell things here, 20 pounds there. So these Bodeva 58% two-way. I highly recommend them. Again, going to do a video on it, but I want to do some tests where I put like a bunch of cards in a thing and see how long it takes for all of them to uncurl. Because if you put the card directly on them, they uncurl very quickly. If you have even like 3 stacked on top of each other, only the bottom one will uncurl, and it takes longer for the next 2. So I'm going to do some more testing before I do a video, but these will save you, especially if, like me, you need them for ProQuest. I just put them in a Ziploc bag kind of thing, and then I just kind of like fold it over to keep it somewhat sealed, and it's been working. But yes, less Pringles in this game and way easier. Okay. Let's see. Deja Moon. Yes, Deja Moon. Deja Moon. Wish I practiced against great Bolton players. Hope we get paired. Oh, size matters. Okay. People are having a conversation. I'm using Bolton. Bolton is actually, he's pretty cool. He takes a lot of skill. I did get completely beaten out by a Bolton player. It was great. Not really great, but comboed off. It got it really early too. He just got lucky getting the 3 Luminas. Like, he searched for the last one, but he got very lucky pretty early. Okay. Taylor, you look at the full art, you see a woman's entire life. I will have to look at that. I don't have the art for that, but I'll have to go find that. Okay, let's see. So far, there are only 2 Bolton players. Okay, where'd you find the art? Google image? No, here, let me... Actually, I don't really want to put my Facebook up out there, but Flesh and Blood Art House is what they're called. Just go on Facebook, look up Flesh and Blood Art House, and they got tons and tons of art. You know, we're gonna switch to the next one. Let's see, let's get a good one. Mangle. Oh God, one of my first like brutal favorite arts. Okay, we're gonna stop on that for a moment. By the wonderful Federico Musetti, just brilliant artist, absolutely brilliant artist. Okay, Do not be afraid. They keep putting little kids on my cards and magic cards, and everything was boring. Yeah, yeah. I can kind of see that. I remember when they did Pure Imaginative Rascal. I didn't really like his art. Like, just I don't know. There was something goofy. Like Battle Bond had a lot of goofy looking digital art. Like the two, the Lay Weaver and whatever, the two that were together, like the blue haired and green haired girl. They just I don't know. It just didn't look that good. And actually, I remember looking at the art on the card made by the same artist, and you actually see like the green haired girl and the blue haired girl when one is at the forefront, one's in the background, and then they flip. They're not. They don't. The ones in the backgrounds don't look the same as the ones on their actual card. Like and it was the same artist. It's like, how do you mess that up? How do you not make them look the same? Like that. It just that blew my mind. Such a slut for Sonata Arcanics. I don't. Do I have Sonata Arcanics in here? I don't think I do actually. Ah, there's so many more art. Like I know I've said it before, but like I do everything on this channel solo, so like I don't often get the time to go scouring for more art. I try to just get a few pieces at a time when I have an idea or I need something, and then I add it to the assets. Then I'll add it into things, and it's just like I don't have the time to sit down and gather like tons and tons of new art. But I would love to do so one day. Take some time. Let's see. What do I want to what do we want to look at here? What's a really good one here? This Shadow Averser. I really like this one. The darkness and how like a lava belly. Oh, this one's really cool. Okay. Oh, friend started playing Fab because he saw my cold foil New Horizon. Oh man, New Horizon was was the only cold foil I pulled out of Tails, except for Korsham when I opened up my 2 extra boxes. But it was the first legendary, and it was one of the first legendaries I pulled. So very happy. I don't play Ranger, but Ranger stuff's going up. So I mean, I got a nice tradable piece. Although I'm probably not going to trade it. The art's just too gorgeous to trade. Ninth Blade of the Blood Oath is my favorite. Do I? I don't think I have that one either. Do I? I do not think so. No. Let's go back into splash art. Let's see. We got locations. And then these. I mean, come on. People saying Fab, it doesn't look good. I mean, come on. Come on. Don't even give me that shit. You got weird elf guy with little meat dog character, whatever thing, Oh god, I love the art in this game. It's just an art stream. Candle hold. Like, I mean, come on. Like, give me a break. The art in this shit's generic. Oh, suck my ass. God, that guy got under my skin a little bit. Not actually, but like, it's like, come on. Okay. Let's see. Curious on the experiment you've been running with the foils. Yeah, no, it actually is working. It's genuinely working. My Eye of Ophidia is like flat. I put it under a book for a little bit. Within a day, it was uncurled to put it under a book. Like it was a little bit like not perfectly flat. You know how like after they curled, there's like it was almost like it was a little warped. But all it was is once I flattened it, then it was perfectly fine. So my eye is great. I imagine you might have to do it every once in a while, or maybe just keep one of these packets like in a deck box if there's extra space, just to keep the humidity, because these are a 2-way, so it keeps it at 58%, which is what was recommended on the Magic subreddit. So that's what I'm using. And I am going to do a video on it, but I just want to do some more testing, and I got to remember to actually film some of this stuff ahead of time. So I want to plan it. I've got other videos too that I want to do. So it's, trying to juggle time, but that's one that I think is a very important video to do because people want to uncurl their foils. I wish I would have gotten on it sooner because it would have been great for before ProQuest, but definitely before big events or skirmish season or something, I want to make it at least, because then, people can uncurl their stuff for a big event, because that was my problem. Okay. I'll keep my eyes out for that vid. Yep, I'm going to hopefully have it out sooner than later. Probably, might even be within a couple weeks. Like I said, I have to do some more testing in that first. I just put a little packet in the deck box. Yep, yeah, there you go, yeah. So if yours are very pringled, you can kind of do this. Put it like right on the, put them right like around and above the thing, but then just stick one in your deck box to keep it that way. Are you planning on going to either calling in February? Personally, no. After Worlds cost me a little over $3,000. My car completely broke. One thing broke, and then my brakes went. And long story short, 6 years of not needing to get many things fixed. Turned out there was a lot of stuff built up, so cost me another $3,000, and that took a fair amount of what I had left, unfortunately. So. God, Korsham. I actually have 2 cold foils of this. I bought one for a couple hundred, and then I pulled one, and I'm just waiting for PV. PV gets announced, comes out, this thing is going to spike, and I'll have an extra one that, it's cold foil, so I'll have an extra one. Might actually have a good, valuable card to trade there. All right. Currently thirsting over Leave No Witnesses art. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have the art, but we're gonna go find her. That is not what I want. We want this. Okay, we're gonna Leave No Witnesses Fab, because I Assassin Mommy. I pulled a foil of her, and just, my God. Like, oh, the women in this game. Like, it's just... Like, she's both incredibly, like adorably cute in the way she looks. Like, obviously, death, bloodthirsty assassin and all that. But, like, just... God, the art in this game, the art in this game gets me so much. Like, I just love these depictions of the women and the men, and it's like we get to indulge um, in that fantasy like idealistic level of humans, right? Like we don't have it where it's like, oh, we can't have pretty women, we can't have buff big manly men. It's like, no, we got it all, right? And it's not done in a trashy way. It's like this is done in such a good way that everybody loves it. And I just, oh, they really hit it out of the park. And it's just, I really feel like obviously there's an art director, MJ, wonderful woman, by the way. Apparently she's a fan of my channel. She told me at Worlds. She actually came up to me and I didn't even know who she was at first. Fantastic. She also does all the borders for cards, so I very much wanted to praise her on that because the borders on some of this stuff, like warrior borders, on like Dory, oh, just exquisite. Um, and the art direction is great. I really love that artists really get to do what they're good at and they get to really express themselves, and it feels like they're let to do more than maybe what they might for Magic because there's not as many like, oh, we're not going to do this because it might not be PC or people might not like it. Fab being smaller gets to, get away with more things, and I think that's great because I think we're really hitting it out of the park. The art in this game is amazing. Okay, I'm losing the track. It's currently thirsting. Oh, yep. A mad facts, leave no witnesses. Slap, absolutely. When can we meet at the sun? Okay, that's not me. Fave Marvel Dragon. Mine is Vin Serikai. Okay, I have to say Tomultai. I have to give the generic answer. I have to say Tomultai. Tomultitties is just, oh, it's so unbelievably gorgeous. I love the lava belly. I've obviously got all of them, so the Tomultai for sure is my absolute favorite. But Vincerikai is really cool. He's actually one of the more powerful dragons. Vincerikai, I will say it until my dying day. He's one of the most powerful dragons. Like just three for 9 or 3 for 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. Like his dust is the only one I run in a deck. So also, sorry, I'm a little plugged up. It's cold. It's winter. Well, it's not snowing. It's actually not that cold, but not sleeping well always makes my nose run for a little bit, and then hopefully I'll be fine tomorrow. I wonder if using a hydration pack would help in an airtight container. Never mind, you're doing that. Does it work equally for rainbow versus cold foils? I haven't tried cold foils because I don't have any cold foils that have curled. I don't know if maybe you do. My rainbow foils certainly do, and that's what I'm using them for. Cold foils, yeah, I haven't personally had any of mine curl, so I don't have any to test it on. So if somebody has curled cold foils and you want to try the Bodega packs and you want to give it a go and let me know, absolutely, like feel free, reach out to me on Twitter or even Discord or on YouTube comments or something, and let me know and I'll look into it a little bit. But I personally don't have any that are foil or curled, so I can't really test that. But yeah, in an airtight container, I do want to try it in like a Tupperware, like a glass. I have like glass containers with kind of rubber lids. I'm gonna try it in that, and I want to put like a bunch of cards in and see how long it takes for all of them to uncurl. So I again just do that kind of research so I can let people know like here's how if you need to do a bunch of cards, here's if you just need to do a couple. Because this literally uncurled these cards within a few hours. Like the first one I went to work, came back and it was good. The other two I put here when I got back from work. I put them both on either side of the pack, and then the third card's just kind of in there. And they are already like uncurled, so does not take long for these, which is quite nice. I was sad when this playmat was US retailer exclusive that didn't ship internally. I'm guessing you're talking about the leave no witnesses. Yeah, I as much as I like that they do exclusive mats and everything, it does suck when there's an art you really really want. And then you just don't get it. You can't even get it. Let's go back. We're gonna go back to some art. Oh, let's look at Solana. Let's just admire Solana for a while. I love this art so much. This one's really really nice. I love using it in videos because it's just got such a great panning shot. I probably should also have it like zoom into the castle here, but I usually do pannings for the locations. It's just kind of easier to do, and then that's my background stuff. Bravo is the perfect man, absolutely. I don't really care for Bravo's playstyle anymore, but he was the first one I went into because Bravo, just the art on him really got me. The Gaston look of him, that big macho man, like I loved it so much. That is like the Chad among Chads in this game. That is Bravo. Okay, looking forward to. Okay, yeah, you guys are talking to each other. Leave no witnesses, girls, like a yandere that would kill your boss for you if you're telling her that you might miss the dinner due to work. Yandere, I believe, is the crazy psychopath women that are like super in love with you and will kill people. I assume. I think that's what that is. I'm pretty sure. I'm not as much of a weeb as people might expect me to be. Yes, my favorite manga is One Piece, as you probably could guess at least at that. But you know, it's just a wonderful contrast of an elegant assassin and the bloody mess behind her. Exactly, and just did I please? Oh, I closed it, didn't I? Okay, well, whatever. Just the fact. Actually, do I think I should have the card here. Let's go to Flesh and Blood assets. Uprising. That's not uprising. I need Dynasty. There we go. Cards. I should have her in here. Do I not? Oh my goodness. I'm just okay. Never mind. I'm shit in the bed. I didn't even download her, but I do have this. I do have this beautiful card art. God, I want a copy of this. Just so gorgeous. Just so. I had somebody tell me that these are ugly. My buddy Joe was like, "Ah, she's ugly," and I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? You're crazy. You're literally insane." Unfortunately, no leave no witnesses. Wow. Wait, yeah, it's from Dynasty. Okay, yeah. And okay, but why couldn't this be the way they did all the Marvel equipment? By the way, why couldn't they have them large? Why do they have to downsize them? Just that really struck me as odd. Also, I very much appreciate the Crouching Tiger, especially that I pulled one. Very much enjoy the cold foil and this art style. I like how they do some different art styles for this game. I actually really like that. Okay, well, I love the art direction. I don't like people going with dark red for everything. Dark red, yeah, I mean, yeah, there is sometimes, like, I will say that sometimes card art does bleed into each other. I think Uprising was very much like that just because of the setting. Like, you can even just see, like, there is a lot of red with it, especially Dromize decks and all that, but I think it's because, with your Conic, right, that's what you're going to get. I mean, obviously, you got all the Marvel Dragons. Actually, I guess this is where we could talk about the Marvel Dragons here and kind of go through them and see what ones are better than the others, because like I said, my favorite absolutely is, oh, where is it? Is Tomal Titties. Like, just it looks so good in cold foil. But I will say, I actually really like Dominia as well. I really like the fire down here. It really pops on the card. Even Dracona Optimi, like these three, just they look so good. I mean, they all look good. Uvia is also a very nice one in foil, even though it's like the worst dragon. It looks really nice in cold foil with this full art. Oh, she looks fantastic. I thought the metallic look of cold foil was pigment and rainbow foil was layered on the cards to the foils, so could foils won't curl. Yeah, that's probably it with the cold foil. I'm not. Yeah, I really don't know what the process is. It almost reminds me of like ultra rares or ultimate rares from Yu-Gi-Oh. They're like a textured foil. Pokemon's full arts also have a textured foil. Like they're full arts. They're like up from the regular like EX or whatever. Those are also very nice. So that is beautiful. I would like that Marvel. I assume you're talking about Soraya. Yeah, Soraya is absolutely reopens the last coast tab in Chrome. I'm using Firefox here. So and of course, Vincerikai. We were talking about him earlier. The person who asked me about the Marvel Dragons, Vincerikai. And then Yenderai. This one also looks gorgeous. I love the green. Okay, actually, here we go. I want them to make an Earth illusionist. Okay, an elemental illusionist Earth, and it is a summoner, right? So you just take a summoner class or like a druid kind of thing that summons all these forest beasts. I want the art aesthetic to be all deep green, foresty. Like take green and magic and just bring it to Flesh and Blood, give it a Flesh and Blood style, but make it an illusionist summoner, I would be the happiest man alive because I love green in Magic for the art style. I love like the natural, deep, foresty type feel. Glistener Elf was like the first Magic card I ever owned that like I opened and was like, oh my god, that pulled me into the game immediately. And I want that for Fab too. Like Yenderai, I don't even run him in my current deck, but oh god, the card is phenomenal. And like, even these Dragon Borders, man. Like, I'm assuming this is MJ as well. Like, she's just so goddamn talented. These is such, like, an underrated aspect of these cards is the borders and, like, all these little embellishments. It just really makes the whole thing an art piece. Give my daughter a copy of Soraya. Oh, nice, nice. I have several Sorayas. I bought a few rainbow foils. Didn't buy them out. If we want to talk about buyouts, I'm going to be doing a pod with Saint and Fluke tomorrow, actually. We're going to be talking about the nature of buyouts and our opinions on it. So that's going to be interesting. Obviously, it's going to be a well-reasoned. It's not going to be naming names and dragging people through the mud or anything like that. We're just going to talk about the topic of it specifically. Sadly, computer images don't make. Yeah, the dragons look so much better when you see them in foil and you pull them out. Oh, it's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Um, what else? What else should we look at? Where else? We just did Dynasty. I don't even know. I guess that's kind of it for like art. Well, I mean, you got okay. That's just Dynasties art. What is this? Oh yeah, it's classic battles. I really need to go through and like clean up. I mean, even the heroes, man. Even the heroes. I don't have all the splash art right now. I need to download more. But even the hero art just looks. It looks so good. They all look unique. They all look interesting. I love Bolton's art style. I really like. I hope that the deck isn't really my style of play for Warrior. I do like him. I probably will build him again in the future. But just he looks so cool. I love his story too with his wife and his kid and just I really love Bolton as a character. Even this one, he seems like a man's man. Him and Bravo, like Bolton is very much like the ideal like Chad man. If you pick an art you don't like, Ponder Token. Okay, that's fair. Illusionist Earth spoiler for outsiders, man. Like if we ever get on Earth, okay, James, I know you're watching this stream 50 minutes in. You have to be. No, if they ever come out with an Earth illusionist, I swear to God, if I don't get one of the cards, I'll quit this game. I know I've said that for so many things that I quit this game, but man, I would love. I think I said it for something else. If we don't get something in this set, I'm gonna quit this game. And somebody's like, I'll screenshot it for later. I don't even remember what it was. I don't even think we got it, so or we're getting it. So, guess I'm gonna have to quit. The stream's over. I'm no longer making YouTube videos. Disappointed at Blazing your Roy Marvel. Yeah, like the art is amazing. I really like Celestial Kimono's art. I think that art was absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, the Marvels just they. I don't think the Marvels for Dynasty got me as much as the ones for Uprising did. I just preferred the dragons. But I just wish they would have shrunk the text box, expand the art. Like just do that for all the equipment. It just makes them look so much better. All right. Prefer that they use the full art style for the dragons of all the Marvels. Yeah, I actually, I wouldn't mind the equipment being slightly different, but I do agree that, I kind of wish they would kind of stick to a similar art style just to keep them looking good. But, at least they're trying different things. Can't say that. Really, I want to see more Yokai Illusionist Summer since Dynasty Illusionist card screams Yokai Parade. Yeah, I could see that for sure. I actually have a theory that because of Soraya with all the ward and spectral shields and all the stuff from Dynasty, um, I personally think that the new Prism, because I mean, new Light Illusionist, I assume it's probably going to be another Prism, right? Like, I don't think they're going to want to add too many new characters of the same class and talent just yet, because with the story and everything, I assume it's going to be Prism again. I have a feeling she's going to work on Ward. She's going to work on Spectral Shields. And specifically, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more allies. If they take, all the attack actions are all these different angels and heralds, they give them their actual name, like how Herald of Erudition is Soraya. They give them their names and they make just like these single play legendary or non legendary, do them like the dragons. They make them allies because I think Prism's auras and all that. I love the auras, but Spectra is a mistake, and I can actually confirm the devs. I met them at Worlds. I went to dinner with them with Saint, so I got to pick their brains a little bit, and they admitted Spectra as an ability was too broken. Without it, the four cost auras were useless because you pay for it just to have it attacked a billion times, right? You could just pop them all. But with it, they were a bit too powerful. So more so when they released the blue auras from Everfest to go with them. Being able to play two in a turn, that was just nuts. Okay. Sir Buyouts, why is Arcanite Shard now 450? I think part of it is because crew is just drying up. Like, to be very honest with you, everybody was complaining about the prices in Fab are too low. Oh, everything's, bottoming out. There's so many boxes, there's so much unlimited. But I think now as the game is expanding, as the market is stabilizing, as product is being bought up, we're now seeing, hey, it's almost like it takes a bit of time for things to rise. I think Fables being expensive makes sense. But people could be specking on it. It could also just be that, again, the product is drying up. The supply is drying up. I'm not exactly sure. I wanted to pick one up, but because they were like 150 or maybe two for a while. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll buy one. And then I checked it. It was like 300. I was like, I'll wait. Buyouts are a touchy subject. Glad the community keeps active during the lull periods between sets. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the buyouts are a touchy subject. I'll just give you a spoiler alert. I'm okay with people buying up rainbow foils, even the cold foils, as long as there's a rainbow foil version. If you want to buy up like cards that nobody wants right now, fine. I personally think if you're gonna buy a bunch of a copy of a card, just leave some for if some random. Like I bought Spillbloods, right? Nobody was playing them at the time. It was just the hatchets. Nobody wanted them. I still left a few in the stores that I was buying them from because I just kept thinking like, what if some new player just really wants to build axes? I buy them up and then he can't get them. I was like, you know what? I'll leave a few. But just let players get at least non-foil versions. James Curry, absolute great guy. He actually had posted in the video, if you've seen Fluke's video on it, he actually had posted that he bought a bunch of rainbow foils of stuff he was speccing on, but did not touch the non-foils. And it's like, okay, you know what? You at least respect the players. You respect the fact that that's the base of the game. You respect that they need to get the cards. I'm fine with that. Like it doesn't bother me. People are gonna do what they're gonna do as long as you respect the fact that other people do exist in the game. We're in an ecosystem. Oh God, Showtime's art is phenomenal. But yes, very touchy subjects. I kind of a friendship of mine ended because somebody decided to completely mock and deride one of my takes, like print out my tweet and in a high pitched voice mock it and say how stupid it was and how I didn't, fucking know what I was talking about, and completely disrespected me to a level that I've never had before, and that was it for me. It's like, I'm not doing this. Everybody admiring on Young Bolton. Yeah, well, we're over to Bravo now. I would like that they add the lady from Haze Bending as a hero. The lady in Haze Bending. Let me see. Do I have that art? I might have a couple, or maybe not. They are really nice arts. I did find the artist. We could even search it up, actually. Let's see. I don't have Haze Bending. Actually, okay, before I go look that up, though, I want this woman. I want her as an illusionist. I would love a non-talented illusionist. I think that would be, like, it'd just be a generic. I think she'd be cool. She looks so gorgeous and mysterious, and oh my goodness, I would love to see her as the artist, or as a hero. But speaking of artists, let's go okay, let's quickly do this. We're gonna find art for this. Let's go into Everfest. So we're gonna look at. So you had said, well, I guess they're all the same. See ya, size matters. Have a good one, man. You had said Shimmer Girl. Oh, the Shimmer Girl. Okay, Shimmer's a silver. Yes, her too. Absolutely, she would be really, really cool. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I was thinking like Pierce Reality or whatever. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. I don't know why I was thinking, or like the passing a mirage art and all that. But yeah, I would love to see her as an illusionist too. I think generic illusionist is really cool. I remember when this art dropped, it was the Rudy playmat. I actually remember everybody thinking that this was a warrior because of the way that it looks. But man, I bought this playmat because it's just so nice. It's just so nice. And it's such a good card. Like, okay, here's the thing what I mean about equipment being full art. Like, come on, we need all the equipment to have this treatment with, like, a Marvel border. Like, come on, this just looks so good. I feel like buying up a ton of equipment messes up potential players interested in the competitive scene. Yeah, I actually agree. I talk about gaslighting. People don't like a contrasting opinion. Yeah, I very much... Like, I'm all for people. Like, for instance, I thought about buying a couple extra Vestige of Souls because the card's like $40 and we know we're getting a light illusionist later on this year. Like, and the card's going to go up. It's a good card, right? So, and they're like $40 Canadian. So I'm like, maybe I'll buy a couple. I don't mind people buying one or two extras, especially. And I personally think it's better to target cards that are cheap right now that have potential in the future. All you have to do is look at what's coming down the pipeline, think about it for 5 minutes, and just kind of try and predict, like, okay, we know this is Light Illusionist. Soraya's going to be playable in it. There's no way they're going to release this Legendary Dragon and not make it playable later on, like really playable later on. So it's like, of course it's a good idea. I picked up a few extra rainbow foils, right? There's still tons on the market, didn't buy them out, but I bought like 4 extras and I plan on selling them or trading them when they go up. I also like that the name is wrong on both sides because it's like that gives it a little kind of cool collector's piece almost to it. But I think target things that are cheap now that could be expensive in the future, because if nobody wants them, you're not taking away from players, because then when the price goes up, like the store price will now be what you have, and it's just you making the money, including stores that still have it. But like it to me, that feels okay. what I don't like is the type of buyouts where it's, and this is more in Magic. I don't think it's existing in Fab. I think cards going up right now is because of ProQuest. Everybody just buys their card last minute. It's like Christmas. Most people do all their Christmas shopping the last week. That's what I think is happening with the prices of ProQuest. Everybody's just buying all their cards last minute, so there's like a premium on price because the sudden demand spike. But in Magic, it's where like you get a bunch of guys that would get together and they would specifically target like reserve list cards or whatever, and they would buy out every single copy of the card, foil, non-foil. They would buy it out so the price would spike. Like if a commander deck got revealed, they would do a buyout of like an elf card when Lathril or Lathlis or whatever was coming out. And their intention is to spike the price so they can sell it. Like it's money is the only thing they care about. And there are people like that, and there probably will be people like that in Fab. I don't like that. You want to pick up extra cards when they're cheap because you're like, hey, this will probably be more expensive in the future. I'm good for that. Make a little extra money. Have some extra good trade value. Build your collection. I have no issue. Have some consideration for other players. That's all I ask. Like just be considerate. You know, don't try and scalp a bunch of cards so you can specifically profit selfishly. But if you want to buy up like Alpha, nobody's buying Alpha right now. Just buy it up. Who cares? As long as players can still get unlimited, who cares? Love Righteous Cleansing's art. Wish it was a better card. Yeah, there's a lot of cards that the art is amazing. Actually, there's a specific art that I downloaded, and I want to show you this. It's a little sneak peek. I don't know if you guys will know what I mean when I say sneak peek, but this is this art. Play on Sink Below. This is Rise Above, a defense reaction from Monarch. Absolutely phenomenal art. Like out of this world. I know we were talking about red, but like this whole like underworld kind of thing where it's all like these creatures and spiders and this evil like whatever eyed fish and this boar dog looking thing. Then you come up to this thing like just phenomenal art. Like I'd be terrified though. She looks so calm and like look at the feet. Like her sandals are right there, right below them, and they're grabbing at her, and she's just like, I'm good. Oh, you got this weird like raptor thing, man. That's wicked. Like just so awesome. Oh, it's just so awesome. But yeah, you know what? I'll give you guys get a sneak preview into my thumbnails. This will be the next video that's coming out on Friday. My dad was down for the weekend, so I only really had enough time to make one video this week, but I decided to do this because the card is complete trash. I'm still working on the template for I just have it here, but I'm still working on the template for why everyone plays, but it's harder because like, you know, why no one plays. These are 4 short words. Why everybody is a big word. So I'm still working on the templating for it, but I want to do like a mix, and I might even do heroes. I want this to be like a series on the channel because I actually really like making the videos. So that's a little sneak peek for y'all. That's what you get with these what was supposed to be a Talishar stream that's not. Here, we're gonna open up the map. Look at that. Look at that map. I want them to release this as like a poster. That'd be really cool. That's actually something. They should sell like posters and shit, man. They need merch. They need a lot of merch. They need a lot of like other items. I know they're a small company and they're you know it's only time will tell and they'll be able to do it. But man, I would buy the hell out of a bunch of Fab stuff. Like if they sold an art book, oh my good god. Okay, let's see. True, you have a great point. I picked up Crossrast 30, Cardrex aggro, Black Tap 40 since last night. Oh god, don't do it. Don't do what? Don't do what? Rise Above. Rise Above has got to be one of the best foils in the game. Absolutely. Is Rise Above a playmat? I actually don't know. Oh, I didn't mean it. Okay. Yeah, I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. It'd be cool to be a playmat. There's so much art in this game I'd love as a playmat, honestly. But personally, for me, as much as I love different art on playmats, I've actually kind of like when I went to Worlds, I had their full signed Regicide mat. And I gave that to my good buddy Joe, and then the Sink Below mat. And both of these, keep in mind, like one was, I think Sink Below was selling for like 100, 150. The Regicide, some people are trying to sell for like 300. I just gave away the Sink Below mat to a random guy at the LGS. We just spun a wheel. Good guy from there, Dan, got it. I don't know if he ever watches my stuff, but he ended up getting the mat. Because for me, like I know I could sell them and recoup some of the money, but it's like, they're playmats. Like as much as I love them, you can only use one at a time, and I already have a couple favorites. I have my signed Herald of Protection. Signed. I now got it signed by James. That was from the first content creation like kits, and because I was a part of it, like I felt so honored that I was like, I'm gonna keep it, get it signed. And then I have my Illuminate mat. I have the Rise from the Ashes. I got that for our LGS Opened, and because I had brought like all my bulk, I was giving people so many cards. I was trying to get everybody's decks built and helping them get into the game. Store owner gave me the the community mat for that month, and it was also my spoiler card for Uprising. And it's gorgeous art, so I kept that. But other than that, I've got a few extras, but it's like I just give mats away. Oh, and Shimmer's a silver because I love the art, but you can only use one mat at a time, so I don't really bother with collecting them. I usually, if I get them, I'll just find a new player at the LGS or somebody who doesn't have a fab mat. I'll just give it to them. I'll be like, here, you want this mat? Cool. Oh, sorry. You should play maybe. Actually, I am going to be doing a why everybody plays. If I do heroes, for sure, Fi is going to be the first one, just kind of going over, like, why does everybody play Fi? Because Art of War go burr. Although I did play my Fi. I do have a Fi build. It's not like a fully tuned build. Sorry, it's getting really warm in here. My radiator kicked on, and I am dying. And this was really hard. I should have just gotten up. Boomering it up over here. Got my green screen set up. My collapsible green screen to help block a bit of the echo. What was I saying? Fuck. Oh, I faced his Lexi deck with it. Bro, if you just want to beat Fi in ProQuest, like if you don't care about anything else, you just want to beat Fi because you hate him, just play Lexi. Holy shit. I guess Icelander too, but like, oh my goodness, it wasn't even a game. Like, I couldn't, because like you can't block for shit in Fi. And just like, oh, here's a Frostbite, and here's like a Dominate for like 5, or just even like here's 7 or something with an arrow that has an on hit, and just I literally like there was nothing I could do. Like, and now I don't play Fi all the time, but I was just like, I was getting frustrated, even though I even said, I'm like, man, I'm not a Fi main. I'm happy I'm not a Fi main. The deck's just, in my opinion, I just find the deck boring to play because it's so one note. But I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not a Fi main because that was a non-game. That was just a complete non-game. It was brutal. Lexi just destroys him. I mean, you could probably kill Lexi if you get the ball rolling and they just have an off turn or something. But if Lexi just keeps you on the back foot, you're done. You are not beating her whatsoever. Or maybe I'm wrong because I am an idiot and I'm not a pro player. But I am getting coaching. I will get better. That's my goal this year, is to get way better. Not to be a pro player, but just so I can be more valuable to players. I can give better advice. I understand the game more. Like, as a YouTuber, it's like I have that responsibility. Okay. Didn't mean it. Until you guys play Matt, I run 3 of them in my deck. What, the Rise Above? You run 3 Rise Aboves in your deck? Oh, my friend. I have a video coming out about why you're not, you might not want to do that. Sink Below is a beautiful mat, and YouTube likes the negative videos. The thing I like about the why nobody plays videos is like they are technically negative, but they're not like super negative. It's more me just being like, here's why this card is bad. Like, here's just kind of like a more in-depth explanation. Let's look at some cool art. Where's my... There we go. There's my spoiler card. God, I want her as a hero too. Oh my god, the white hair, like the fractal replication, like the illusionist on it with the white hair. So Shimmers of Silver with the white hair. Leave No Witnesses with the white hair. This ninja, which a girl actually cosplayed at Worlds, and I went up to her. I didn't get a picture with her because she was like with a guy and she was busy, but I did like go up and like, hey, I just want to say your cosplay is phenomenal. And she was, I'm not gonna lie, she was a very attractive woman too, like just super, super attractive. But I was, and she did a really good cosplay. Like, it was like perfectly done for the art. It was really, really good. I do want to get an expensive playmat someday. Man, there's so many ways to win them. You can and I would just wait. I think some of these playmats, because they're making them so limited to events, I just think just win an armory, and even some of those mats will go up. If the art's coveted and people want them, in a few years, a lot of these will probably be more expensive because they're so hard to get. Favorite mat is the Tunic. Yep, I can see that. Lord of Wind playmat. Yeah, some of these old ones are very expensive because they're so hard to get. There's so few, and you gotta keep in mind. Think 5 years from now, right? Because this game's gonna be around. I don't care what people say. I think this. I mean, we survived COVID. It survived the Monarch disaster. It survived the TCG boom and bust. It survived. It survived so much. I think it's here to stay. Thank you, Rick. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you for becoming a member. That is awesome. I really, really appreciate that. I know I never feel like I say it enough, but I genuinely, like, not only do I appreciate people liking, subscribing, and just watching, like, even just people giving me attention, I very much appreciate. But, like, the fact that people are willing to even give me, like, $1, I make sure that I remind myself, it's like, to forever be grateful for that, because I never want to be the guy who like shits on people who supports them or treats you guys poorly, because it's like the fact that you got hardworking adults who are willing to part even with $1 for me just sitting here, like it genuinely means a lot. So thank you. Okay. Frostlock is a very good card. Paperback lore books, LSS. Where are they? I'll be right back. It's frog time. Bro. Dude. How do you gift memberships? What the fuck is this? Dude. You didn't have to do that, man. Holy shit. Thank you. I'd grab the hat to start ranting about lore books to be funny, but dude, I didn't even know you could. Thank you, like genuinely. I don't even know. Oh god damn, man. You're too kind. Like genuinely. Like I'm not saying this just to try to be like, oh, I hope they give me more money, but like, holy shit, man. Like actually, thank you. That really means a lot. Like I mean, like every single person who watches me is a Chad through and through, right? But like obviously, this is kind of a like an extra, like, hey, here you go. Here's the science for Chads. You guys are honestly, man. Thank you so much, Rick. You are fucking phenomenal, and everybody else. You guys are awesome. Like, oh god, you guys are seriously awesome. Holy shit. I need to do like. I need to do more for this channel. I really gotta up the quality. I don't know. I always feel like I need to like make this shit better. You guys all deserve such like the best content. Like that's one of the reasons I'm trying to make everything. I'm trying to make things like as good as possible. I want to bring as much value because it's like even like with how much I edit my content and how much I care about that. It's because it's like I want new players specifically who are coming to the game to find like really well made like content because it reflects really well on the game. Like when I go to Magic content and you see the Professor, the game nights, and all this like really highly produced content, like it's like you just want to stick around for that, and that's what I want for Fab. I want to have a channel that's like as high quality as I can make it, so people like, wow, this is really entertaining. This is great. I just want to watch this. Like I just want to stick around for that. Yeah, MVP Rick, like you are absolutely the absolute pinnacle MVP of this thing. You are the Chad among Chads in this chat tonight. Thank you. Holy crap, man, that is I really appreciate that. The Elix. Oh, don't forget you can also get Chad card backs in Talishar. Yes, that is true. I guess if we're, I guess I'll plug a little bit, but I'll pull this over here. I do have in Patreon. Let's see if I can like find my tiers. How do I go? Oh, God, I know I'm boomering this. Membership, I think, or is this my membership? Yeah, there is like a Talishar if you want card backs. There is like a $3 if you ever wanted that. Then I've got more. If you want me to make Giga Chad cards of you, I got 8 of them. 7 of them have made the cards. Like I'll just kind of show you what I do. I actually really enjoyed it. I made one this morning actually. This isn't don't join the Patreon just to give me money, by the way, but like if you thought about supporting me and you just didn't know like what some of the things, because I always feel awkward about talking about it, but oh wait, no, that's not what I want. Is this, yeah, finished PNG. So like these are this is Elix Effect. Actually, he was one of my first. Shout out to him. He wanted an alchemist. I might actually go back though, and if I have the photoshops, I want to kind of like fix the skin color because I've learned a little bit more. But like I've thrown all this together. Like you got Geeks First. He's a phenomenal guy. He also has a YouTube channel. He's not good at making thumbnails just yet, but he's got very good like he's got like like very good presentation voice. I love listening to him. And he's a very charismatic guy. You got James Curry. He didn't want his face on it, so he had me, just use a big brain face. This is the one I made this morning. He wanted like a number in it, and he was talking about like being an engineer on a ship. So I made him kind of like a pirate, Saint, obviously, Matt the Snatcher of Kisses, because, pink snatches. Vinny, he was in the chat earlier, right? Absolutely. This is just me showcasing the Giga Chads, okay? I'm not even, not even plugging this. This is like the Chads among Chads. This guy wanted the duel, so I made him up the duel and did the best I could with his very, very elaborate, abilities. I did the best. And then Mr. Smokeopotamus. Just I love doing these, man. Wanted to be like a young or an elite shapeshifter, so I made it up, and I really love making these too. I love making photoshops, and I probably should at some point. I want to do like a make playing cards order of a bunch of proxies, and I do actually plan on probably just getting these printed out to send them out because But yeah, at the very least, like if you want Giga Chad card sleeves, if you want to flex the Giga Chad, that is where you might want to do it. But again, this is not me trying to be like, oh hey, give me money, but just if you've wanted something out of it, I guess that's my chance to plug it. But even just watching, okay, like even just watching, I genuinely appreciate like just being here and giving me your attention because like that is why I don't ever want to waste your time with my content. I want it to be as quick and concise as possible, give you as much value in as short as time as possible because your time is very much worth it. I hate my time wasted. I'm not wasting yours. That's like my biggest philosophy. Join the Patreon. LSS is any project aside of the cards, kind of like movies. They don't have any movies or anything right now. I know they were thinking about doing like a Netflix series or something, but James wants to make sure there's a big base for new players, in order to um in order to like when people get in based upon like a show, he wants like a bunch of classic battle decks. He wants like a bunch of a base, which makes sense. You want your foundation to be strong before you go too tall, and that actually is something that some people need. I think don't understand with this. They're like, oh, why isn't there all this stuff in the game? It's like, listen, it's gonna take time to build the foundation, but the stronger your foundation, the higher it'll go in the future. So it's like, oh, the game's growing small right now. It's like, listen, it's a snowball effect. Give it time. Same with my channel. Like my channel didn't start taking off until I had a bunch of like really good videos that were for new players, and so every time there's a new wave of new players, all of a sudden the channel started to go up because I've laid the foundation of a bunch of videos, and I'm gonna keep doing that with like oh god, when Outsiders comes out and there's 6 blitz decks, oh my god, I'm probably gonna take a couple days off work, like just make sure I have like the Monday Friday between around it so I can or the Friday Monday so I can do it because there's gonna be 6 videos to do of upgrades. Thank God I've got a friend that's going to help me make the deck list because it's going to be so much work to do them all. So I bet I want to get them done. I want there to be really good Blitz upgrade videos that new players can find and keep going. But LSS does have Prism statues coming. I think there's only going to be like 100, but they're like really highly well-made Prism statues. And it's like, they're going to be probably way too expensive for me to feasibly want to buy. But if there's only 100, I'm probably not getting my hands on one. But God, I would love one. Okay. I'd have to do Giga Timmy cards. Yeah, man. Honestly, it was an idea I had. I was like, put people's face on a card, make them a hero. I was like, I got the skills, or kind of. I was like, that sounds fun. Yeah, the Weta workshop or Weta, whatever it is. Is it awkward for people to listen to content from non-native English speakers? I've been struggling with creating that content because of my accent. I'm not gonna lie. There's a guy in this community that I love, Kugane Gaming. He does have a thick accent. I'm not gonna lie, it does make it a little more difficult to listen to. It's not the easiest. Because sometimes it's a little hard to hear exactly what they're saying. Oh god, look at that art. But I think if you're charismatic enough, and as long as people can understand what you're trying to say, like if you're good at presenting, you've got maybe a decent editing style, or you've just got that like a charm to you, I think you can overcome it. People will still like listening to you and can find value in your content. But depending on how thick your accent is, if you're difficult to understand, I'm not going to lie, it probably would harm your chances because I've learned through YouTube, audio is the biggest thing. Visuals is very nice, but especially if you're doing long stream or long form content, people listen. People put you on in the background. That's probably what the stream is. People aren't like watching me on screen. That's why I don't care that it's like they'll look over occasionally, but it's more the audio. They want a good mic sound. They want to be able to understand you. So hopefully that's not going to hold you back too much. I would still say go for it. Just make some content, throw some shit at the wall, do the best you can, and look to improve little by little with each video, and give it a go. You might find that your accent might not hold you back. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people might find it hard to listen to, and so I'd rather be honest and tell you the unfortunate truth. Capolo also has a thick accent, but still great to listen to. Yeah, I think a big thing that can do is your charisma. Kugane is a beast. Yeah, Kugane, honestly, I really like his content. I wish he got more views. I think the only reason he doesn't get as many views as he deserves is mostly because he's covered so many games, and I've learned that on YouTube, if you talk about too many things, like, I know everybody's like, oh, the algorithm didn't pick up my videos, but all the algorithm does is find your audience. Like it's like if people don't like your videos, that's what makes your videos not be watched. It's not the algorithm's fault. It's the audience doesn't really like what you're putting out there, and it could just be that they're not clicking your thumbnails because your thumbnails are bad. So you could have great videos, but your thumbnails might be bad. And even his thumbnails aren't bad, but I think he's covered like Yu-Gi-Oh. He's even made like Animal Crossing videos. He's covered a few other games and stuff, and I think that's just kind of, and now the algorithm doesn't exactly know always who to show his videos to, because like he makes good stuff. Like I like his stuff. He's very smart too. He has a lot of data on Blitz, which I really like. Like he actually like is a very big into Blitz, so he knows what he's talking about. I do see him as a very big asset to the community. So hopefully maybe it's just continuing with the Fab content, he can get that train rolling, because I would love to see him do very well in this community. And on YouTube, and he still does reasonably well, right? But I think he does deserve more than what he's got. What editing software do I use? I use DaVinci Resolve. I'll just kind of open it up, I guess. Just kind of show you. I guess, yeah, screw it. I'm just going to show stuff. I'm just going to show you behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if anybody's ever wanted to know, like wanted to look at what like a video looks like or something. Now you're getting the chance. I like kind of showing this stuff off because I really love doing this. I really love editing videos once it loads up. I'm not going to keep it open for too long, but like, where's the edit? Okay. But like, this is what like a video would look like. And this is a short video. So this is the program that I use to edit everything together. I have this at the end. I need to remake this. Actually, I do now that I have an extra card to add. But I want to like figure out a way. I made this kind of like automated thanks for people just so I didn't have to do it every single time, but I want to redo it and make it even better. But yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve completely free. This is the studio version. I paid for it eventually, but up until literally like 3-4 weeks ago, I was using the complete free version for like a year and a half. You do not need to pay for this software, and if you want it, it is like $400 Canadian, like 300 American. You buy it once, you have it forever. So like the free version, all it's lacking is like here in the open effects. You scroll down, you'll have like some of these will be, I think like the Warper was only for, okay, it's messing with this, but the Warper was only, I don't know what it's doing. Oh, because I have that selected. Some of these effects were locked behind the free full version, and there's like some like it'll use like multiple GPUs at once is only in the studio. There's like some of the stuff with like color grading, which I don't even know how to do. Fusion Page is absolute. I don't even mess with this whatsoever. I need to learn it eventually, but it's like way more intense editing. But this is mostly the page you'll use. I sometimes use the cut page just to cut down clips specifically, but I don't even mess with the bottom. But this is where you do most of your work. The free version is perfect. Like just go with that. It works great. It doesn't crash as much as Adobe Premiere Pro. So if you want to edit videos, just download this. The only thing about this, I will give you a fair warning. The only thing about this is you have to convert your MP4 files to MOV is the best one. I bought, I guess I'll close this now because I don't really need to show anything else. Let's minimize these. Oh, that's still open. Okay. I bought just this Prism file converter. It was like $30 or something like that, but it lets me convert to MOV. It is kind of annoying to convert every MP4, even if you want to download YouTube clips. It is a little annoying, but I would much rather just have to do that than have to use a crappy program that I pay $50-$60 for a month when I have this. DaVinci's free. So it's like, it's worth the trade-off, and DaVinci works great. Doesn't crash or have problems very often. What processor graphics card are you using? Okay. Want to know, I know Photoshop very well, but not versed in video editing. Yeah, just search stuff up, man. Just search stuff up. Like it's not that hard. I do have Photoshop. Admittedly, not legal. The thing is, it's an older version too, though. Like I'm never gonna pirate a new version. Like I would buy Photoshop if they let me buy an older version. And if I can find like a free or paid version, oh great, here we go. Here's the bots, the sex bots. They're here. Don't click them. I know you guys aren't stupid. Don't click them. Can I remove? Can I like block these? Report. Yeah, we'll do pornography report. I don't know if that'll help. Hide user on my channel. Okay, well, I don't know if that's going to get rid of them. Ban the bots. You need some mods to ban these bots. I mean, maybe I do need I need a mod eventually. I'll try to do it myself. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue right now. I got like 33 viewers. It's not like I'm a huge streamer just yet. But I do appreciate it. Like the fact that I got 30 people watching me at a time. Like that's pretty crazy to me. That's a lot of people. Like if we were all in a room, this would be nuts. Just so I thought hot singles in my area were looking for me. Oh, I'm the one looking for the hot single trading cards. That's for sure. Um, but yeah, my processor graphics cards. Oh, where do I find that again? If you remember, I don't know. Where do I find that shit? I think it's in not control panel. Okay, I think it's like if I go through. I am not tech savvy, as you could probably tell. This PC, I think it's like no. Is it through here? No, this isn't where I hardware. No, it's my disk drives. Where the hell do I find my like PC information? System properties. Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah. So AMD Ryzen 9, 3.3 gigahertz rating graphics, 16 gigabyte RAM. That's I don't know. I looked. What I did is when I was looking for a laptop, I literally just did a crap ton of research. I watched a bunch of videos. I was looking at a bunch of different prices. This one seemed decent. It's like a mid-range one, and it was also on sale at the time for 1,800 instead of like 21 or something Canadian, because everything in Canada costs forever. But I I don't know. It works well. It's not a perfect computer. Eventually, in a couple years, or like even a year from now, maybe, or a year and a half, 2 years, I do plan on upgrading to something even better. I would like to get something like pretty high end if I can afford it. Like just save up and get something like 4 grand or whatever. Because I like having a laptop because I can take it with me and edit other places. Especially if I can eventually get to the point where I do content full time or I just do it, or even part-time. If I want to travel, go to events, I can bring it with me. I can edit content there. Maybe I film, do whatever. But yeah, pretty awesome. DaVinci works well with your laptops. Hopefully it doesn't overheat. It usually doesn't. It's got really good air, and I also put it up on a stand. Tons of airflow from the bottom. It did happen when I did my what was it? It was Is Fab Worth It to Play at the end of the year, when I put out that video, that like 9-minute video. That was there was a couple glitches, like just some stuff didn't load properly, and every time I tried to go back on that certain spot, it would crash a bunch of times. It was like, yeah, it was the 29th because it was my birthday that day, and I worked on that video from 5:30 in the morning until like 5:30 at night. Like, I'm talking 12 straight hours of trying to get this. Like I took a couple hours in between while I let my computer calm down, like and stop heating up, and because it kept crashing. That was an interesting way to spend my birthday, and then I just hung out with a friend after. But I got the video done. I felt very proud that I put in the work and got it out there because I was like, I'm not putting this off. I'm not releasing it a day late. I don't care. It's going out when it's supposed to go out. Photoshop elements from the Microsoft Store, one-time purchase. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look into that because if I'm sorry, it's getting really warm. I do like buying programs. I just don't want to overpay for like some I don't want to overpay for freaking like Photoshop, paying like $50 a month when there's plenty of, like, there's other options that are just more affordable. Like if I could buy the old version of Photoshop for $200, I would. I have no problem with that, but I'm sorry, you're not roping me into spending like $700 a year for Photoshop. Like that's absurd. That is an absurd amount of money to spend. Like for how, like, I'm not even, like, I'm sorry, but I would just, like, when I can buy DaVinci for 400 and I just have it, I'm not like, but if I can get a different version that's either free or paid, I will look into that, because if it does all I want it to do, because this is Photoshop 2020, if it does everything I need it to do, I'm good with that. So I will look into that. Thank you, Chris. Okay. You're hoping for AI. Speaking of AI, actually, that's interesting. Do you guys know about ChatGPT? Have you guys looked at this? Is it gonna let me in? Because it's like they're so over. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually have been using this. This is interesting. I've been trying to use it to help me with my scripting a little bit, mostly just to help me organize it. And that's what you see here. It's like, it'll give me like step one, gather. It tells me what to do. Actually, this is basically written the script out because it's not as bad. But for Fab, like the why nobody plays, it doesn't have enough info to actually write a script. But this is going to help me to structure them with a lot less work. But this thing is insane. Like, let's see. Write a YouTube script about about how to edit a basic video. And depending on how slow it's going to be, it literally, like, this thing, I'm going to tell you guys right now, Yeah, lots of errors. Play Flesh and Blood. Yeah, that is. It literally I'm telling you now, AI. The future's here. Within a year or two, this is like it's already as smart as like a really smart Harvard professor or like student or whatever, because they basically got it to write like an essay and then grade its own essay, and it graded it like it within a year or two with the more information. Man, AI is going to take over. AI is going to change so much. It's already taking over art. Like again, it's literally like, as you can see, it literally just wrote me a script. That's the script. Like I could read this word for word, and you can even say something like, make it funny, and it'll try it using a popular editing software, as we like to call it, the ultimate procrastination tool. There we go. It just wrote a joke. This is going to change absolutely everything. We're not going to spend too much time, but for content creators out there, I wouldn't say like copy it word for word, but use it as like a structure if you can. But for Flesh and Blood, it'll like, let's see. Let's actually ask it something. Which game is better, Flesh and Blood or Magic the Gathering? Let's ask the AI, see what it says. I'm sorry, I'm an AI and I do not have preference on the ability to judge which game is better. Oh, both popular. It knows it. Decision which game may depend. Okay, there we go. There we go. They're both popular. Is Wizards of the Coast hurting Magic the Gathering? There we go. We're gonna just like go down this. Here we go. We're doing AI stuff now. A bunch of people have dropped off. We're still doing FAP. Don't worry. But I am gonna be closing the stream soon because I am getting delirious with exhaustion. I've been up so long. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. I kind of like doing these more than playing Talishar, to be honest, because it's so hard to pay attention to Talishar and do this. If you guys like this, I will try to have like a few topics lined up, and it doesn't always have to just be Fab. If you guys enjoy this style, I will have some stuff lined up, and we will go like through some things. And if you guys have any suggestions for topics or whatever, and we'll chat, we'll talk Fab, we'll do stuff. I enjoy doing this, honestly. This is really cool. It's a nice way to spend one or two, nights a week and just enjoy time with my fellow Chads. We get to shoot the shit. I appreciate it, Yellow Pitch. The future is now, old man. Data scientist. AI is awesome. I was wondering what this website was about. Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be nuts. Yeah, speaks of the current issue. Oh, the knowledge cutoff is 2021. In general, it was one of the most popular. Let's see. I just faced some criticism from players about various changes to the game, power level of certain cards, and changes to the banned and restricted. But these are normal and healthy concerns. It's common to happen. On the other hand, it's considered one of the best supported and well-maintained games. I don't have current data, but in general, still considered a popular and well-regarded game. Oh, that's cute. Not usually. When do I usually stream? This is my third stream that I've ever done. I do not have a usual time. I will need to figure that out. It'll probably be when I can. Maybe I make Wednesday. No, because I want to upload videos. If I do videos twice a week, maybe I'll work on the schedule a bit. Maybe I'll do like Tuesday and Friday for uploading videos. It's more a matter of getting them done on time and giving them out to the patrons, because like my patrons get to see them first. We'll go over to a Flesh and Blood card again. So it really depends on when I can get them done, because I like I said, I like to give them a date early, and I do like to stick to a schedule. If I can only put one video out a week, it's on Friday, because I don't like releasing Saturday, because YouTube tells you when people are online. Most Saturday is like the most dead day. Friday in the afternoon is pretty busy, so I've actually even put my videos out now in the afternoon. Because I'm trying, like you wanna put it out when the most people are there to watch it, like that, right? So I don't have a regular time, but I will be trying to figure this out, because I like streaming. Love this way more than watching Talishar. Even playing, it's a bit boring from time to time. Your content I appreciate that. Actually, speaking of which, the whole reason I grabbed this hat, and I apologize for putting it off, because like Rick, you suddenly went and gave me a bunch of members, so I really appreciate that, man. I will not. I mean, hey, if you wanna, yeah, I'll figure out a time. Right now, I'm probably gonna try different times and see how it goes. But, did it crash? It looks like it lagged. Okay, it looks like it's back. I hope. Viewers dropped all of a sudden, so it looks like some connection issues. I apologize, gentlemen. So maybe I'll wait a couple minutes. I'll give it a couple minutes to kind of come back before I put the hat. Well, I'll put it on, but I forgot to mention something. So we'll give it a minute, just for people to maybe return if they want to. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, people want to mod. I assume it's not going to be much to mod, obviously, just the bots, really. I don't really There's not. I mean, first off, I don't think anybody here is going to be too shitty in the streams. There might be some asshole, but I'm actually okay with somebody jumping in and being an asshole. I don't care, right? As long as you're not saying anything like super sexist or racist. Like, I mean, like genuinely, I'm not like a woke person. You guys could probably tell. But like, if somebody's like actually saying heinous shit, yeah, then it'll be like, okay, listen, like we don't want things getting too shitty. But I don't mind people being dicks at all. I find it kind of funny because then I'd be able to laugh at them. Maybe it was just a bunch of people dropping, but yeah, my views dropped for a second. Now they're going back up. So the whole reason I put this hat on, because somebody had mentioned James, friend, buddy, pal. I've met you. I've hugged you in person. James, where are my lore books? James, where are the paperback lore books, James? Where the fuck are the paperback? Come on. I actually, like, it's not even a joke. Honestly, I want lore books so bad. I don't want them to send me like the what is it, the hardcover. I know when I made that video, I was thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, I really hope somebody at LSS does not send me an actual lore book, because from making the video, and I'm glad they didn't, because I'm like, I'd feel shitty for that, but like I genuinely just want them to print that lore book as a paperback. And I know they want it to be in the LGS. Just put it in Kohl's, put it in regular bookstores, like in art books too. Like D&D and Magic do that. I love that stuff. Let me give you more money. Or sell them at the local game stores. I don't care, but just let me give you my money. I literally want to make myself destitute for this game. Let me do it. Like, I want these beautiful physical books in my hand. I really, really want that, and I know other players do. And again, I will say, all jokes aside, obviously, I mean, there's only so much they can do. They're a small company. They need to make sure the game's balanced. They need to make sure sets are coming out. They're busy. And again, it is going to scale over time. And I don't blame them for wanting to stay as a small company, because you keep the heart and soul. And that's a big thing about what makes Fab work. And I do think that they're playing the long game. I know we get impatient and it's like, come on, we want more stuff. But I really do think they're playing the long game. And that's smart, right? Because that's even what I'm doing with my channel. I'm not upset that I'm not at like 10,000 subscribers just yet, because it's like, I'm growing. It's going strong. Sometimes it spikes and it goes up really quickly. Sometimes it slows down a bit. That's the nature of YouTube. But it's like, I want to get there slowly but surely. You build that snowball effect and it's going to roll in the future, but you have to have that firm foundation. I'm fine with them playing the long game and just making sure they got a really good product every single time, and that they can take care of it. They can take care of the community. But I really do want to see some of these products within the next like year or two. I really want to see them expand. I think once PvE comes out and they're appealing to the casual crowd, I think that's where they can do it. I think that's a perfect opportunity to, like, if PvE is like Dungeons and Dragons, I mean, they just need to bring it with all the Dungeons and Dragons stuff going on. If they announce PvE within like a month from now, oh my God, it's going to take off. I would love to see like bigger YouTubers, like the professor being like, hey, D&D's going to shit. Flesh and Blood's coming out with PvE. Here you go. I think it's going to be great for the game, and I'm excited because, again, I want to get more involved with the game competitively so I can be a better player. I'm not going to be a pro player, right? Like I'm not going to be We Make Best. Okay, their content's absolutely amazing. Love them. Love their stuff. The editing, the jokes, they are fantastic. They have a far firmer grasp on the game than I do. They understand the competitive scene way more than I do. They give a lot of value in that way. I will probably be more on the PvE side, and giving deck techs and tips, and I might get more into that. I hope. Maybe I play it and find out it's not the biggest thing for me, but come on. I think I'm going to play the shit out of that with my friends and that. So, but this has been an absolute blast this past hour and almost 40 minutes. Again, Rick, you are the chat of the evening. Absolute, you have my deepest thanks, man. Honest to God. Even just for being your own member, but then giving those 5, like, you are absolutely phenomenal. Round of applause for you. We're going to put, I'm even going to type. We're going to put a big W for Rick. We Make Best is amazing. I actually, I kind of was thinking, if I'm going to do all the Blitz upgrade videos, I know Louis from Kitchen Table TCG, when he used to be a content creator, he used to He used to do the how to play the deck, and I was actually thinking about contacting them and like Mr. Tog and be like, hey man, like that's a style of content, that's a series of videos that could do really well, and it's like man, because their content is at least in the polish and the memes and that it feels like mine, so they're the ones that I'm like man, this is like the closest to mine, but they're competitive and they're way better in that area, whereas like I'm more the commentary and kind of casual scrub side, I guess, and newer player based. But I love their stuff. I love the polish they put in because again, I really care about that, the polish. For people coming in, they need to see really good content, and I was kind of thinking like of maybe asking them like, hey man, like if I do the blitz stacks upgrades, like if you guys do like how to play them, it could literally be I do them and say, hey, if you want to go learn how to play this deck, go to We Make Best, and We Make Best can be like, here's how to play. If you want to see how to upgrade, like they could do the base blitz deck maybe and just do like general strategy of each hero. I guess they already have Azalea and Benji though. So I don't know exactly how it would be, but they whatever. I mean maybe they don't even want to do that. Doesn't even matter, right? It's but I thought of that. That idea came to me today, because I really love their stuff. Um, I'm the best fab YouTuber. I really appreciate that. I know a lot of people say that to me, and now they're saying it to We Make Best. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I really just think it's the people are who put in the most amount of effort into getting really good at being YouTubers, like not just being good at fab and making, but like being YouTubers, like being that personality. And that's kind of where I focused in. So I really appreciate that because I have worked very, very hard, and I don't like to talk myself up too much, but like I grind for this. I treat it like it's my job. I treat this like this is something I am doing. I'm in it for the long term. I want to be here in 5 years. I want to have a big channel in 5 years, and I want to be here for the long haul, right? Like I want to be at my level. I want to be somewhat high in the community just because, and do it by merit though. I don't want to be high in the community because I'm just super special. No, no, no. I want to get there by being as good as I possibly can, offering as much value as I can, and I want people to like me because I give them something that they find worthwhile, not just because it's like, oh, we just like you because we like you. No problem to people who do it as a hobby though, right? Like not everybody's gonna get so serious about it, but I am. So I really do appreciate that. Oh shit, Lewis. Okay, hey, Louis, that's awesome. Greetings from the gym, man. That's great. From months ago, motivated to play Fab to get fit kind of video, man. I appreciate that. I was that video. Obviously, I knew it wasn't going to perform well, but I was pretty pleased with it. I really enjoyed that Fab Fitness Challenge. I've been doing well myself. I've either been working out or running 2.5 miles. I kind of alternate between. I'm not looking to like super build muscle or anything. I'm just looking to keep up my fitness, keep healthy, because like it's just something I'm adding to my daily routine, and then eventually I might get more into it when I free up more time. But like my focus is on content and all that, so it's like there's only so much I can focus on. So I'm keeping up a good baseline of physical health, and but man, good for you being at the gym. I applaud anybody just doing the little bit they can to better themselves. You should always try to better yourself a little bit every day, in some small way, whether it's through making your content, your job, something like find something meaningful to chase though. Don't like if you're working for somebody you don't care about, find something on your off time because like I don't really care that much about my actual job. Like I don't feel attached to the work. I love my boss and the people I work with. It's a great place that way, but the work itself I don't feel attached to, but my content I do. And once you find something meaningful, you will pursue that no matter what. Like even when it gets really rough, you will pull through that because it's not always fun. I'll tell you that it's not always fun, but you will pull through because of the love for it. I opened a case of Crew yesterday. Got a foil Benji. Oh yeah, nice, nice. You should play him. You should play him. Video is amazing. Yes, thank you. I will be continuing the work. I absolutely. New player can say your vibs. I appreciate that. See, that's the thing. Glitch. Like I really want to help newer players because the game especially needs to grow, and I really want to just make great, easy, accessible intro content for people. So that's me in writing for sure. Man, I can appreciate that. I used to write stories. I've written the rough draft to a novel when I was like 18, 19. Used to write poetry, music. I do still write music here and there. I'm an artistic person. Writing was always my big thing, which is why I like scripting. A little bit into music. I've made some like electronic music when I was a teenager. Written songs on guitar. Nothing too complex, but and then like visual arts. I've done a little bit of painting, but nothing crazy. I made tokens for Magic, but I mostly like traced and then painted them. It's nothing too special. But okay, I'm losing my voice. 1 month into Fab. Yeah, honestly, I'm very glad that you've been enjoying it. I'm very glad that my videos have been helpful to you. That's the main goal, right? It's like I changed for a little while. I was like, oh, I gotta chase views and chase, all this stuff. But I've realized, like, no, 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 no. The correct course is just figure out how to make the most valuable content for the audience, and the views and the support will come. My mindset shifted from, okay, how do I get people to watch, to how do I make people, like, how do I give them something they want to watch. Like, I shifted my attention to what is good for the audience and what will be the most enjoyable. And on that journey of figuring that out, that's where my channel started to get better. That was the mindset shift. Because it's like, man, if I want people to watch me, they got to be getting something out of it. And so that's my goal, is like make sure people are getting something out of what I'm doing. Okay. Same with the music. I mostly just do lyrics and melody writing, but yeah, I like basic songs. I have two of them for Fab. One of them is a song of Flesh and Blood. It's called Investors. The other one is at the end of my channel Fireball video. If you've never seen them, um, I don't even know why I have this headphone in. I have this headphone in my ear this whole time because it feels right, but like nothing's playing in it. I just have it. It's now making my ear itch because it's been in for so long. But play some Seal the Packs Unplugged. Good time. There's people. Oh, dude. I don't know how to react. I don't know how to react. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Okay, first off, thank you. Like, I'm so not used to this. First, okay, I really appreciate you enjoy my content. Okay, like I said, I really want to make it as best as possible. Not just like, yes, I want to make good stuff because I care, but thank you so incredibly much, Gray. And also Rick, you both absolute chads. All of you are chads. Everybody who's been here this whole time, you're all chads. Every single last one of you. But absolutely thank you. Yes, big W. Here we go. Big W for you. That's you guys are. Oh my goodness. I gotta like, oh man, now I always feel like every time you guys give me money, it's like, now I feel like I gotta like step it up every time. Like when I started my Patreon, holy crap, I get so stressed sometimes because I'm like, man, I'm not offering enough value. The patrons hate me. I'm not doing enough. Oh, I'm like, I was a little late on Dynasty cards because getting back from Worlds, I got sick and I just had stuff come up and I actually forgot for a little bit because life got so hectic after trying to put it back together. And I just kept telling myself like, oh God, like patrons hate me. I'm not getting these cards. I got to figure this shit out. But like, because I have the stress of like, I feel like I know that if somebody's gonna support me, I owe the world to them, right? Like not the world, but it's like I have to take care of the people that support me. I absolutely, genuinely appreciate it. Um, Man, now I feel bad. I was about to end the stream, but now it's like I feel bad ending the stream so early after that. But I really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so very much. That means a lot to me, and I'm very glad that you find the content to be some of the best out there. I'm really trying. I wanna be the best that I can be, and bring as much value to the community as possible. That's I know I've said it like 8 times. I feel like I'm just repeating myself a million times over, but I really do appreciate it. Oh, my voice is gone. Oh. My nose isn't even drippy. I just had kind of a slightly sore throat the past couple days, probably because I haven't been sleeping. But my voice is like shot now. Okay. I'm gonna shut up. I think it's time. Probably should go. I very much appreciate every single last one of you chads in this chat. Rick and Gray, thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. Just astounding. Thank you. Thank you. I you guys are all awesome. And I very much hope that you all have a wonderful evening. I will try to come up with some sort of schedule. Guys, you need to stop. I need to close the stream now. Okay, I appreciate it, But now it just feels like you're giving me money because I'm saying this stuff, and now I feel bad. Like I swear to God, I'm not saying this stuff because I'm like, oh, maybe they'll give me more. Because now I feel kind of guilty. Oh my goodness, I don't know how like. I don't know how to act for this stuff. I'm so not used to it. You guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop saying thank you. In the Wake, Gray, Elix Effect, Vinny, Taltimi, all of you, Lab Taberna de Zamundo. I apologize for brutalizing that. Playtime, or Timmy, TCG, all of you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yellow Pitch, you too, I see you. Sir Lionheart, you are all wonderful. Before any of you can give me any more money, I'm leaving. The stream is ending. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you next stream. I'm out. Goodbye.